What's going on, YouTube? It's AMM back again with another video for you guys. And as always, right off the bat, the first thing that I want to say, if you're feeling this channel and you want more great content, what's the first thing you gotta do? Right, there's nobody here. What's the first thing you gotta do? Go on ahead and hit the subscribe button and make sure that you hit the notification bell as well. That way you can make sure that you're always notified whenever I update this channel with a brand new video and more content. Today, we're gonna be talking about a very important topic that I think a lot of people kind of dismiss or sometimes don't even discuss, honestly, in the sneaker community. And what we're gonna talk about is just regular sneaker releases. So I know a lot of you out there are always looking for the next Yeezy release or the next release, something like this, or another hype release that comes out, you know, Off-White, or maybe there's a new Dior collab that's coming out, which I hear there is. So make sure that you stay tuned for that and you're all ready for your L's that are gonna come. Typically that's what everybody is always talking about. Yo man, I just got the new Yeezys. Yo man, I just got the new Jordans that released on Saturday. Yo man, I just got the new blah 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 blah. This isn't always the kind of sneaker that you want to get because the weather doesn't always allow for it. I'll tell you right now, if it's snowing outside, which most of the time in the winter it probably would be snowing where I live, or if it's raining outside, which most of the time in the spring it's probably raining where I live, I'm really not going to be wearing these. There's no way that I'm going to be ruining these sneakers. Not even because of the fact that I might want to resell them one day or because I've paid a high amount of money for them. It has nothing to do with that. It's just the fact that I want to keep them as clean as possible because it's something that I wanted to last and wear for a very long time. So with that being said, what we're going to be talking about today is just buying regular sneakers and why it's important. I think as the sneaker community evolved over the years, and I want to say that everything changed right around 2011, 2012. It was about that time where the sneaker game just kind of took off and everyone started really paying attention to all the releases that were coming out and really paying attention more because of the resale value of a lot of these sneakers. I know that there's some sneakers out there like, oh man, my holy grail. I would love to have this sneaker and it's a ridiculously high price, but maybe one day I'll get it. And you know, these Air Yeezy 2s, the Red Octobers, man, they're going for anywhere that I've seen for about $8 grand if that's a used pair, and by used it's still kind of beat up but it's in good condition, to I've seen even about 20,000, which I'm sure if I check StockX right now or GOAT, that's probably where it's going to be. And I don't know about you, but not even if I had 20,000 laying around, I just wouldn't want to go on ahead and spend 20 grand on a pair of sneakers that, man, could you imagine you're wearing them at a party or you're just wearing it around the house or you're even outside and you forgot to check the weather app one day because you were so excited you got them and you're finally gonna wear them and it happens to start thunderstorm and raining like crazy and, you know, cats and dogs everywhere, and oh my god, could you imagine if a drop of anything got on it and messed up the suede? Or could you imagine if someone spilled orange juice on them? Look, it's happened. I'm not making it up, and I could tell you some horrific sneaker stories. R.I.P. my black grapes. I'll get into that one day. Horrific sneaker stories. That video's coming. Now, imagine if that were to happen. You know, obviously, of course, I'm using that sneaker as one example. But if you had the money for it, you probably aren't really all that concerned about, you know, getting it dirty or anything like that, because, you know, there's places like Jason Mark and Crap and things like that now that would help protect your sneakers. But sometimes you can't forget and things happen. But let's say you saved up all your money, birthday money, holiday money, vacation money, stock market money, whatever it was that you had set aside for you to go on ahead and purchase your grail sneaker, your holy grail sneaker, and something happens to it. It gets ruined. There's videos now of dogs and other animals biting up on sneakers. I'm sure you've all seen it, and if I can find it, I'll go on ahead and put it up here. The picture of the Sean Witherspoons that some guy or girl, I don't remember, but their dog definitely got to it, and saw the colors and thought that it was a great chew toy. So I'm sure that person was just so excited about coming home or being at home and realizing that that happened to their Sean Wotherspoons. Now, don't get me wrong here. Of course, there's also the factor of affordability for everyone out there, and everybody has different price ranges that they can afford in terms of what sneakers they can go on ahead and buy. And honestly, when it comes to that, if you can only afford to have one great sneaker, then that's okay. It's honestly okay. That's fine. At some point down the line, if you can get another pair of sneakers, that's okay too. And if you can't, that's fine. Some people only have one good sneaker, and that one good sneaker means a lot to them. And if it happens to be one of these sneakers here that I show, I hope you don't take any offense to that. It's just some regular sneakers that I just happen to be showing. I think what the sneaker community really needs to talk about is not just the importance of having those releases, because now everybody wants to just clout chase, which, I mean, if you're in it for that, cool. But I think one of the things that people really need to talk about is just buying regular sneakers. And by regular sneakers, I mean things like, I'll start off with what I like to call these bad boys. And as you can see, it's dirty on the bottom because I wear them. And this is one of my favorite shoes to wear during the spring and summertime when it's nicer out. And it's just a regular Puma Clyde. To me, this sneaker is also very fashionable, and you can wear it with joggers, a nice pair of jeans, whatever you want to wear it with, honestly. It's definitely a nice casual sneaker to have, and it's something that's very versatile. I always think a nice simple pair of Puma Clydes like this is always a good go-to sneaker just to have on random days if you're into this kind of sneaker. And obviously I'll get into other styles as well, but I know Puma right now, they're on the rise with just releasing the RS Dreamer 2. Shout out to J. Cole for that. A Puma is always a good shoe to have, and it's made out of good material, good quality. Air Force Ones, all white. I know these are dirty. I gotta clean them. Regular all white Air Forces. I mean, when Nelly came out with Stomping in My Air Force One, right when he came out with that song, you know, just, I feel like it just took him off to the chart. They were already a dope sneaker, but that song even made them blow up even more. And the Air Forces have always been one of the sneakers that, I mean, I feel like every sneakerhead should just have a pair of Air Forces, whether they're clean or have some, you know, wear on them. I feel every sneakerhead should go on ahead and have a pair of Air Forces. And Air Forces, they're just a regular release sneaker. Nike doesn't even do any advertising on them. I mean, think about it. When was the last time that you even seen an Air Force ad that wasn't coming from a Foot Locker or a Finish Line or one of those type of places? I'll wait. You couldn't think of one, could you? Exactly. And Air Force is always going to be a sneaker that every sneakerhead should have because it's clean. It's a nice look. It's a great sneaker. It goes with jeans, joggers, dressy pants. I mean, you name it, you can style it with the Air Forces. Boys love them, girls love them, men love them, women love them, everyone loves them. So I don't see where you can go wrong with a pair of Air Forces. I'll tell you this right now. Air Forces, believe it or not, they're somewhat easy to get, but in store is always a hassle to get when it's Air Force One season, which kind of seems to be like all the time. The reason why I say that is I have personal experience with that. Having worked in one of the big major sneaker retailers, Air Forces were always one of the things that would, as soon as they would come in, it's like people knew, the Air Force Ones are in. I have to get them. And they would just flood their way to the store, trickle in very quickly, and bam, before you know it, sold out. We don't have them. But you could always go on ahead and look online, and they would always be available. So if you're having trouble hunting down a pair of Air Force Ones, you can always go on ahead and check out the website. It's usually available. You can usually go on ahead and check it out online and buy it that way. Air Forces, Air Force Ones, clean all white pair, or some of the other colorways, the white and yellow, the white and reds, the all reds, the all black Air Forces. No, all black Air Forces is not just for thuggery and thieving and delinquent behavior. It is not just for that. It's a nice sneaker. Whoever gave it that reputation, please take it back. Stop it. the Black Air Force community would like to go on ahead and revoke all types of delinquent behavior and negativity towards it. So it's not for that. It just so happens to be that whenever those things are done, someone happens to have a Black Air Force on. But that's about it, okay? Now, to keep talking Nike, we'll talk about Nike runners. Nike runners are always a good thing to have in your collection. Sometimes you just want to go on ahead and go to the store real quick, or maybe you're making a Target run, which if you're a family man like me, you practically live in Target and it's like your second home, and you go in there going for one item and you end up spending $250, and it happens, and it's real, and it's crazy. And I don't know what the store does to people that it just sucks you in, and everything on the end cap, you somehow never thought that you needed it, but now you do. Anyways, when you need to go on ahead and make those runs, or actually run, the Nike runners are always a good thing to have on the side. And it's a good summer shoe, it's a good casual shoe if you're gonna go to the beach. I mean, could you imagine if you went to the beach, you want to flex in your off-whites on the beach, your Vapor Max off-whites? I mean, by all means, go for it. That's cool, that's you. But what if you want to be a really cool guy and sit really close to the water and wave comes and gets them? Are you gonna swim after them? Do you even know how to swim? I don't know how to swim. Do you know how to swim? I can't save them. Can you save them? Who knows? By all means, go on ahead and do you. But a Nike runner is always something good to have, and it's comfortable. But it's not just Nike runners that are good to have. Boost. Boost, Boost, Boost. Boost is awesome simply because it's still, to me, the most comfortable material that has been made for sneakers. I have yet to find something that's more comfortable than Boost. I will always go on ahead and promote Boost. Whenever I used to have people come on in and ask me for a comfortable sneaker, or they were a runner and they needed a sneaker, I would always go Boost first. I'm not trying to kiss up to the brand. I'm just saying Boost is life, and Boost is very, 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 very good for your feet. And I mean, it's like being on a cloud. But they probably said that in advertising, but I'm serious. It is like being on a cloud. Yes, I know this pair is incredibly dirty. But why? Because it's been through a lot. Because it's seen a lot. It's done a lot. And this is just a nice white Ultra Boost. Well, it was white at one point. And it's just a nice pair to go on ahead and have and use. And just like I said, for casual uses, if you're gonna go and do a quick Target run, or you're going to Walmart real quick, or wherever it is that you like to go and shop real quick. Maybe you're gonna go to the grocery store. If you want to go on ahead and do that, that's fine. But me, I would go on ahead and throw something like this on. What if I was just gonna go, oh yeah, man, I forgot to put gas in the car. I gotta go do that, right? So I'm gonna put something like this on real quick, go do the gas, come back, probably with Burger King, because sometimes I just can't resist it and I gotta have it my way. A nice white pair of Ultra Boost, you can never go wrong with that. Or any color, any Ultra Boost, whether it would be the 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, 4.0, the 2019, 2020, 2021, whatever Ultra Boost you want, they're all comfortable, they're all good. I would recommend any pair, and they don't really resell for all that much unless it's like a collab pair that they have, and then it gets a little pricier. But if you want something that's just nice, casual, and comfortable, I would definitely say go with a Boost. And always keep in mind too that with regular general releases, there's often going to be collabs. I know Puma just did their collab with Nintendo, and that Puma is so dope. I can't wait to get it whenever I get around to it, because I have like a backlog of sneakers that eventually at one point I'm gonna get, whenever that is, and it'll happen. They'll have collabs, and eventually you can go on ahead and get a collab that way. Take for example these Game of Thrones Ultra Boosts. Listen, if you're a Game of Thrones fan, we're not going to talk about the last season. Certain parts we could talk about, but the ending, we're absolutely not talking about that. Like the last 2 episodes, and basically anything that happened once the great battle with the Night King finished. Once that happened, it's all a blur. So we're not talking about any of that after that point. But if you want to talk about Arya and the Night King, awesome. If you want to talk about anything before that, any of the prior seasons, awesome. Anything after that, no. Just know that a lot of times these sneaker companies, sneaker brands, are going to want to make new collabs with you know, whatever's popular at the time, or maybe things that were popular at one point, bring them back. And you can go on ahead and find collabs that way. It may not be the Prada Adidas collab, or it may not be the Off-White collab, or it may not be Sean Wotherspoon's, or whatever cool collab is hip with you young kids today. It may not be that, but it's always something cool to have a sneaker that's themed off of a show or a movie or a video game or something like that. It's a nice little touch to add to your collection, and that's different. I can tell you right now, there's probably collectors out there that don't have this and have it on their backlog of things to get, and it's always good to have something like that in your collection. Having said all that, I think it's pretty clear on why regular sneaker releases that are in store shelves are good to have. I could have shown you some 97s, I could have shown you some Air Max 90s, or you know, I could have shown you NMDs, one of those other sneakers like that. And those are also sneakers that are sitting on store shelves that need love and attention and care too, and they're waiting for a soulmate just like you. It's always important to go on ahead, visit your local retailers or your local small sneaker shops or local big sneaker shops and pick up a pair of regular sneakers that are sitting on the shelves and add them to your collection. And like I said, if those Air Forces or those Ultra Boosts, whatever the case may be, there's also lower tier prices. Whatever sneaker it is, if that's your one sneaker or your going out sneaker, your workout sneaker, your grocery store sneaker, your Target run sneaker, and if you have a Target run sneaker, expect to wear it a lot. If you have that in your collection, it's always good. It adds up a lot of variation. I'm not really one to preach quantity over quality or quality over quantity. I just love sneakers. So whatever I honestly enjoy, whatever I like, that's what I'm going to go on ahead and buy. So make sure that you always go on ahead and show love to those extra sneakers out there that maybe don't get the attention that a Jordan or a Yeezy or any other kind of cool hype release gets. They need your love too, and they're waiting for you. With all that being said, this is your boy AMM. Make sure that you go on ahead and click on one of the links below to follow me on Instagram or Twitter. Click on one of the other links below to listen to the music, and make sure that you go on ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button if you like this video. If you have one sneaker that you wear often to the grocery store or Target or any of these other places and you want to talk about it, please feel free to leave a comment below. I'd be happy to know what your go-to regular run sneaker or regular errand sneaker is and talk about it there. Definitely leave a comment below and we can chat about it. Once again, this is AMM signing off till next video.